Good morning and welcome to Destination by Default. Today we're at the Cannock Chase Museum, or the Museum of Cannock Chase. This used to be the site of Valley Colliery. Prior to it being called Valley Colliery, it was Pool Pit. Presume it got its name Pool Pit as in Hednesford there used to be a large fishing lake quite close by. That was purchased by the colliery and drained, rediverted the river and drained due to water ingress into the pits. Currently it is a museum. Prior to it being a museum, I believe it was a training centre for the National Coal Board and pit rescue team based themselves here. From here we're going to walk to an old reservoir. I believe it used to be called Scout House Reservoir, and that also had a very short life as a reservoir due to subsidence. It kept cracking. It was a man-made open reservoir actually. I guess it was filled with concrete on the bottom to seal it, and due to mining subsidence that kept leaking, so it was drained and a new reservoir built elsewhere. But that has since been repurposed, and for a lot of years, I believe since the 50s, it had been repurposed. So that is our destination today. We are going to go to We are going to go to Scout House Reservoir, and when I get there, you'll be able to see what it once was and what it is now. Join me on this journey.
Hello, me here. From this 1840s to 1880s OS map, you can see that Valley Colliery was indeed once named Pool Pit. Circled is the building that now houses the Museum of Cannock Chase. Pool Pit was sunk in 1874, named so as it being sited near the then Hednesford Pool. The Cannock and Rugeley Colliery Company diverted Bentley Brook, which then fed the pool, which subsequently dried up and is now the site of Hednesford Park. The watercourse was diverted as it was a source of flooding to the adjacent colliery. Valley Colliery closed in 1962. This is what the building looks like today. From my research, the building was originally constructed to store food and bedding for the ponies that operated in the pit. If you're in the area, make sure to plan a visit to the Museum of Cannock Chase, as it is a gem of the museum. I'll leave a link in the description below. The third picture dates to around 1900s to 1923. What a great old picture. I do like old pictures. With that said, let's continue our journey.
So as you're facing at the front of the Museum of Cannock Chase, I'll be leaving the car parked in the right hand direction. It's not too far walk across some heathland to the old reservoir, but a few things I thought I might mention at the Museum of Cannock Chase. They've got a craft workshop building here, which they probably open on just certain open days, not every day. I'll put down in the description a link to the museum. You can check out their latest opening and closing times. They're probably seasonal and maybe shut a bit earlier in the winter due to the earlier nights rolling in. So we'll have a walk up here. There is some private houses up here next to the museum. I'm actually in the old Volvo over there today. I don't know if you can see it. So we'll walk up here. Some old buildings of the mining heritage in the area. I don't think there's actually a lot of anything left here. Like a lot of the colliery sites now, they've been very well cleared and not a lot left. But looking on some old maps, I believe you can sort of see the building that was or is the museum. You can see that on the maps, and I believe the colliery stuff is over in that direction, which is all massively overgrown now. So what have we got here? Nice bit of cast ironry. Sheffield. Old weighbridge. Look at it. It is a weighbridge. Horse has its work cut out, eh? Very interesting. Got Pesky again with me today. Keep her on a lead. So yeah, as I said, as you're facing the museum, head out towards the right hand side. It'll take you out onto the Hednesford Hills. think maybe on the way back I'll have an explore over there, see if you can see foundations of anything or any history. But I think the site has probably been very well cleared. You're right there, Pesk. Come on then. A good sniff. So coach parking off the museum. Oh, another building over here, an old building. Whether that's original or it was rebuilt. Probably original. So as I said, this place was used up until quite late as training. So old lamp room, QR code there. I'll actually scan that myself, I think. Have a look, see what information's on it. But, I know the history of the place was used for mines rescue and also for training of, I guess, new employees to the National Coal Board. You know, they'd do all their training, whether I guess it was, you know, you're working on the face, the coal face, or if you're an electrician or whatever your job would have been within the National Coal Board. I believe the training was done here for the region anyway. There's the mines rescue team there, as I said, and also I sort of latterly found out my grandfather had his office based here. My grandfather was an engineer for the Coal Board up until his retirement. Started his mining career up in the northeast. Obviously got called up to do his war duties for the Second World War. Well, he probably wouldn't have been called up if he was working for the mining industry. He may have volunteered. And then sometime between coming back, he'd retrained as an electrical engineer for the Coal Board. Then he moved down to the area to serve Valley Colliery in Ridgeley. I was told that his main office would have been at there you go, the little old building. His main office would have been in Stoke-on-Trent, but apparently he didn't like that office. You know, it was too sort of open plan and modern maybe for him, a bit modern for what he was used to, and he actually set himself up an office at the museum we've just seen. So I guess this was probably a lot closer to the pits that he might have served in the area. I don't know what pits he would have been in charge of as an electrical engineer, but yeah, apparently he was a lot closer to him over here and preferred it a lot more over here. So that was where his office was. But I'm not actually going to go in the museum today because I've got Pesk with me. I don't believe they accept dogs. I might after the walk, I might just put Pesk in the car on a blanket and pop in for a bit of tea and cake. You know, support the museum. I believe it was at risk of closure a while ago. There was a big petition to gain signatures to keep it open. But so about 10 minutes up the track, 10-minute walk, come across this structure here. Some rather good graffiti on it. Like it or hate graffiti, the good stuff anyway. I quite admire. This large structure is a reservoir. It's a man-made underground reservoir. You can walk up on top of it. We'll head that way now. I believe this wasn't built directly. Let's just having a wee. This wasn't built directly after the subsidence caused the failure of Scout House Reservoir. I believe, you know, they'd sort of built another and then this was built afterwards. I guess to serve the increasing population in the area. Oh, a little bit overgrown. Mind the coat. I'm in my nice coat today. But you can actually walk on top of the reservoir. We'll go up there and have a look. But you can't go in and see anything. I guess there's all sorts of pumps and stuff there. Bit of glass here. Let's just throw that away. Other dogs. Mind their paws. Oh, what a mess up here. So, actually up on top of the reservoir. Someone's obviously tried lighting a fire. Good one. Lots of rubbish everywhere. It's a right mess. Guess people come up here just to mess about. Not a lot to see. But don't know if you can make out the size of it. I guess where them birch trees are just further down there, you can see them with their autumn leaves on is one end, and I'm guessing the birch trees the far end, not way off in the distance but sort of halfway between where we are and the trees in the distance is the end of the reservoir. I don't know if there's another way down from up here. Some stuff on top. Guess that's for, I don't know, either craning pumps in and out, something like that. But, we'll get off here and carry on heading over the heathland in that direction towards Scout House Reservoir. You can hear a motorbike in the distance, some sort of scrambler or trials bike maybe. The path that way. Should we go that way, see if we can get off the roof that way? Man, such a mess, so much rubbish. One thing I've noticed travelling outside of the UK is how tidy other places are. The UK now, it's such a mess. So whether that's lack of bins or just people don't really care for the country anymore. But yeah, it's getting a bit overgrown. We go out that way? No, we'll turn around. Save pushing through that. It's all this prickly, is it gorse? Shrubland. Really prickly stuff. Ow! I've just been prickled. So yeah, we'll go back down this way. Go down the steps we came up and get off this man-made reservoir. Is it a reservoir or is it a water tower? What is it? Yes, it's a reservoir if you say man-made in front of it. So yeah, we'll go down these steps. Terrible grey day today. But, temperature's dropped a bit from last week. Winter is slowly getting here. Come on, Persk. There we go. Quite overgrown up there. So we are back at the wall. First found this place and was intrigued by it. I was just having a scout over Google Earth, as you do, and I thought, what's that geometric shape in the middle of nowhere? And then it had a tag on it called the Was Wall. Don't know why it's called the Was Wall, but I had a walk up here one day and discovered that. I think there are maybe some more steps this side, but it's overgrown. Is it steps or is it just, I don't know. If I find any more information on that, I'll Dual Men's Club it down in the comments, just capacity, etc. when it was built. One thing when I was researching Scout House Reservoir, very little I could find online just regarding, you know, old pictures of maybe it being constructed or old pictures prior to its failure. I think I found a link on South Staff's Water to it, which sort of described what it was and what it is now. But for those of you that know, you do know what Scout House became. You may have visited there, enjoyed a day out there, and for those that don't, continue with me on this journey, and I'll share with you what the Scout House Reservoir has been since the 1950s, I think, maybe 1952. Oh dear, God, it is overgrown. Phew. Maybe that wasn't the path. So there you have it, up on Hednesford Hills. And if you've come the same way as me, path there, maybe you could have got off the reservoir that way. If you are coming this way, just sort of look out for this swing style gate. Right there, Pesk. Come on then. Probably lots of nice smells for her. I know they use this area for grazing cattle. So we've just walked across this small bit of heathland. Started just over there. You can't see the swing style gate from here, but it's not too far. So over in the distance you can see where we're heading. We'll head over to this gate over here and head up to the location of Scout House Reservoir. I have to fill you in a little bit of what it is now. I think it's closed today. I haven't actually looked if there's anything on there today. Go through the gate. So there you can see over in the distance Hednesford Hills Raceway. For those that knew that Scout House become Hednesford Hills Raceway, well done. Hang on a minute, Pesk's just stopping for a sniff. And those that didn't, but has visited Hednesford Hills Raceway before, you now know that it used to be a man-made reservoir. Maybe when I tell you that and you look at the shape of it, if you visited, you sort of say, yep, understand now. Let's head a bit closer. I haven't been to Hednesford Hills Raceway for a long time. I think it was probably back in secondary school last time I went to watch some racing there. It's I don't know what sort of racing you'd call it. There's like banger racing, stock cars. I think maybe, is it the Legends that look like the old Populars? I think they race there. But I'll leave a link down in the description to Hednesford Hills Raceway. And then from there you can maybe navigate to find out what race there and what other circuits the cars race at. But, the gate is open. Whether it's open for a practice day, I don't know. Maybe asked to go in, see what's on today. But yeah, Hednesford Hills Raceway. More coaches leaving. Might have been a race down. But I think we'll do a lap of the circuit on the outside of the fence. That is. I'm not going to walk the track. No, that is just a coach. Thought it was a race coach. I know a lot of the stock cars and that convert old race coaches into race trucks. But I think there's a path over here. We'll go around here. Right.
Hello,
Yeah, are you? Is there any racing on today or
tomorrow.
tomorrow? You're just getting ready for today then?
It's the football, Hednesford Town football.
Oh, of course, yeah, I did hear,
So
yeah.
it's the overflow car park.
Okay, nice, thank you.
No worries.
So you have it, racing tomorrow, Sunday. So as that woman just said, it's used as an overspill car park currently. Hednesford Town are playing. Football, that is. But, I could really do with a drone really. I need to get myself a drone, get some good footage. Up in the air footage of the circuit. That would have been nice. Maybe I'll put it on my Christmas list. You right down there, Pesk? Hey? There you can see Hednesford Hills Raceway. You can see it's in quite a bowl. So I'm just looking for a fence here. You can see it's in quite a bowl. That would have been the size of the lake or reservoir when it was open. Got Pie Green Tower in the distance. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe if you're passing the area and want to have a look at some racing but you don't want to pay to go in, you could watch a bit there, see if you like it, and then if you like what you see, obviously pay to go in. Come on, Pers. So we'll continue walking around this access road or something on the perimeter of Hednesford Hills Raceway. You can walk around. Getting warm now. Got a base layer and a coat on today. It's cold this morning. Popped into town in just the base layer and it was a bit cold. And I put a coat on and now I'm walking. I'm too hot. Maybe about halfway around the perimeter now. We'll follow it all the way around and retrace our steps back, and then maybe have a look at the area around the old Valley Colliery site, see if we can see anything. Another view of Hednesford Hills here. Some grandstand seating over to the left. There you can see the oval. Down into the base of the old reservoir. There. Ooh, there you go. So, not sure if they race all year, all through the winter, but might get myself back up here. As I said, it's been a lot of years since I've been up Hednesford Hills. Don't think dogs are allowed, but I can leave Pesky at home for a short period. So, continue walking around. If you can see up there, looks like air ambulance is up. I believe that over there is Rawnsley, although I might be wrong. If you can see it in the distance, Pie Green Tower again. Can do a video on the history of Pie Green Tower. If you'd like to have a video on Pie Green Tower, leave a comment below. So only a short walk today. I say the walk in the previous video, I sort of had a look at my phone when I got back on the health app. Walked 16 kilometres or 10 miles that day. No wonder my legs were aching. Probably only a few miles walk today. So there you have it. I've just walked the perimeter of Hednesford Hills Raceway. So back at the entrance, a couple of cars and coaches going back in. As that lady said, it's a overspill car park today for the Hednesford Town football match. So we'll retrace our steps back to Valley Colliery. Just in that direction over there. We'll go down to this swing gate and walk over. Get myself a tea and cake. Yep, pass a bit of water. So yeah, just walking back a slightly different way as it was overgrown. As you can see down there, there's the wall of the reservoir, and it's nice and quiet up here. So imagine if you're quiet, you'll see deer up here. I think there's wild grazing. I think people graze cows up here. And, leaves are slowly turning. Autumn is here. It's going to be winter. So, carry on walking down here. See where this route takes us. Can't be far off, I believe. The path's just off down to my right. The way that I walked. So if you're local to Hednesford, you could come visit the Museum of Cannock Chase. Park there and have a look at the museum. Use the coffee shop, and then you could walk a similar route to myself and walk over to Hednesford Hills. Yeah, this just rejoins the path that I walked in on. A little less overgrown that way. Down here we'll just take a left and head back towards the car park. So I think I'll walk around the museum, or the grounds surrounding the museum, sorry, for a while. See if there's any old mining relics there. For any of you that are interested in mining heritage. So there's that brick building I seen when we walked in. I'll put my camera up and see if you can see what's inside. The roof's all caved in. Can't get too close. It's a bit overgrown and I couldn't see the back of the camera myself then, so I'll only be able to see what you'll see when I'm editing the video. But nearly back at the car park now. Right. Old lamp house off to the left there. Wouldn't mind having a look when they have open days and come along and see what it's all about. Yes, they'll open up the old lamp house and the weighbridge over there. I'll walk up this way, see what's up here. Get my phone out and have a look at an old GPS map. See what's in the area. See if we can pinpoint where the museum is on the map and where everything else was in relation to that. Nature reserve. So there's an app I quite like using called Outside Maps. I believe it's available on Android. I've got it on Apple, so obviously it's available on Apple. But as you can see from here, probably can't because of the reflection. You can see where we are and it says Valley Colliery. So I'm not sure how accurate the overlay is in comparison to where things were to where you are now. Well, yeah, we're on a former railway line according to the maps. Let's have a look up here and see what's up here. Just some old fences falling down. Field the other side of that. So, as I said earlier, a lot of the mining heritage has been removed from the collieries in the Staffordshire area. Walk down here. I'll head back this way. Let's go back to the car and back to the museum. Museum over there in the distance. Back at the car park now. I've just been around the Museum of Cannock Chase, used the coffee shop, had a nice cup of tea. Thank you for joining me on this journey today. Hope you liked what you've seen. If you do, please like, share and subscribe. And if you're in the area, consider visiting the museum. It's thoroughly quite good. It's not all about mining. There's stuff in there about toys over the years. You know, they've recreated like living rooms from 1940s, and there's some stuff in there to do with mining history. So thank you for watching and goodbye.